Labor massive. Ricky, you only get nervous when you think you're going to do something wrong. And endorsing Dr. Drew, I know it's not wrong. But before I endorse Dr. Drew, I have to say something to my villagers. That 5 years ago, we sent Gene Sleepy Hamilton to Parliament. Man, if him out empty, I don't watch him that close. But in 5 years, according to my, as far as I can remember, not once he had a meeting in Conaree to find out what we need. So he can represent us. When Dr. Drew came on the scene, people say all he's doing is walking around and shaking hands. But they didn't understand. When Dr. Drew come to Conaree, it's not about Dr. Drew and politics. It's about the people of Conaree. So what he was doing is finding the needs of Conaree. And I know many young people in Conaree could stand up here tonight and say, thanks to Dr. Drew, we have seen the light. Some of them say that the only thing Dr. Drew do is fence the play field. Well, at least he do something. But if the people in Conaree who said they support in Hamilton could tell me one thing he do in 5 years, well, Lord, the only thing that Hamilton did in 5 years is to tell us don't vote for Drew because he was a Rasta man. He grew up by a God side. Well, if he could talk about Dr. Drew like that because he grew up by a God side, I wonder why he say about us who live close to the landfill. Just think of it. Seriously, just think of it. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree only on 2 occasions. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree because he got in tongue by the courthouse. So it's 3 occasions. That's where he live. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree if one of the agents said to him, Paul want to be registered. He come. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree when he hear Dr. Drew walking around, he drive around. I like Dr. Drew. You know that. The man have no use for the people of Conaree. And that's why on the 16th day of February, we're going to say, Gene Hamilton, thank you for doing nothing, but you gone. So, I know you all didn't come to hear me. So, may I not say too long. Right? But today I had a conversation with a very popular individual in the community. And he said to me, Zeke, I hear you're going to endorse Dr. Drew. I said, yeah. He said, you cannot endorse Dr. Drew for Zeke, you know. He said, I want you to endorse Dr. Drew on behalf of the people of Conaree. Because Dr. Drew, we have a little pep program over here. Thanks to Dr. Drew. All the young men them on the street, who they say on the street doing nothing, thanks to Dr. Drew, he helped them. And the young man them is saying to me, Zeke, some of them admit, Zeke, last election, we give Hamilton a chance. They admit that, which is good. But they said this time, Dr. Drew getting the X. So it gives me great pleasure on behalf of the people of Conaree to endorse and introduce to you a good man. And before I go, young people of Conaree, keep this in mind, that all Hamilton want is a pension. That's all he wants. Dr. Drew is here for your future and your children's future. A young man. He's a young man, and the things he do. When I first met Dr. Drew, sorry Ricky, I'm still longer. When I first met Dr. Drew about 3 years ago, never met the man before. I went to a house reunion and I met him. Someone introduced him to me and we spoke for about two and a half hours. And trust me, I wish this man was my brother, by blood. Honestly, he's a good man. And I want the people of constituency number 8 to send a clear signal to Gene Hamilton that we want representation, not fool around. Not nobody will fool around and go down the court every day, down the court. So help me welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, a good man, the man for the future, my granddaughter future, your granddaughter future, Terrance Dr. Drew!